sometimes I ask myself, when you are delivering every week, when you are doing all the cuttle plays and all of that, where do you get the inspiration from?
Life. Life. If you know what to look out for, and also if it is your gift, don't forget that we're talking about gift here. Um, for instance, Raymond, you pick a news item, and immediately issues spring up in your mind. Naturally, you don't even have to make you don't have to sit there and ask, what are the issues here? As soon as you hear the news item, immediately your mind goes, oh, this and that and that and that. Meanwhile, there's somebody else who is not into news, who is just listening to it.
That's true.
And has think, oh, they say this and this happened. You are not, yes. So what happened? How does it link to this? How does it explain this? All kinds of things come into your mind. In the same way, in the mind of mindset of a creative writer, something you hear, even a song you hear, a book you read, an experience you have, an encounter you have with somebody, could trigger a train of thoughts that could lead to a story. So life gives you quite a lot of inspiration if you know how to listen and how to look.
How do you still do all of that and still remain Christian, godly, and have values?
And also have fun.
Yes.
What cannot do? Also that is also part. That is part of the fun. I think in my case, the concept of holding myself accountable to so many people that came from my childhood continues. There are so many people who have contributed to my life that I want to make proud. I want them to always, because I represent them. Raymond, I come as one, but I stand and I work as a million. In fact, now 30 million.
Okay.
Because I represent Ghana.
True.
Sometimes we don't understand that if I did something anywhere in the world, the Ghanaian writer, then every Ghanaian who has not even done anything is tainted with that. And if we can all live our lives realizing that we represent much more than we are. So I come as one, but I know that there's a lot of people who my words, my actions would affect very, very strongly. In offices now, there are people who are known as my children. I've never met them.
That's true.
But people think that they advocate for a boy. So when I say anything, what's your papa? Did you listen to your father?
That's true.
Your father said, and this person.
Or this is not what your father advocates.
That's right. And so you then have to be mindful of that. You have to be mindful of the people who look up to you and who will be devastated if you prove to be false. And for their sake, even though you will be tempted like everybody else, even though you have the same desires as everybody else, you just think of, oh, Raymond makes noise about me. No, I will not let Raymond down. It's that accountability. It's all about accountability. If you hold yourself accountable, even to the name you have, to the fortune, to the fame you have attained, hold yourself accountable to that. It is not a license to mess up. It's not a license to be less than you are. It is a responsibility, a good responsibility to live up to.
Was it 8 years ago? I was in the National Theatre.
Yes.
When in fact, I was actually worried because I had seen you on a motorbike.
Yes.
Wearing a helmet and all of that in those bikers' clothing.
Yes.
And I mean,
you know the price of that motorbike?
It must be very expensive because
$25,000.
Can you believe that? I was wondering what is happening. I mean, yeah, it's crisis happens in people's life in midlife.
Yes.
So there's midlife crisis. I didn't know that when you're way past midlife, you could have. So I realized later on I mean, I just reduced it. It was for a play.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
It
Then
was a photo shoot for a
yes. Then I went to watch it. Then it was very touching because it was purely about your life and surviving that period.
That's right. Yes.
But now you are inching towards 70.
Yes.
Hopefully, we will not see another motorbike stunt anytime soon.
For your sake, because I now realize how worried you were about it. I guarantee you that you won't see another picture of me on a motorbike. But that was a photo shoot. The motorbike was given to us by Davison, the Davison people, for the sake of that photo shoot.
Okay.
And when I heard the prize, I mean, I panicked because
Yeah.
I had to be careful. So I was more afraid of destroying the motorbike than for my life. Do you understand?
That's
So I had to be
interesting.
extra
Okay,
careful.
all right.
Extra careful about that. Yes, but that was crazy ride, and it was a commitment, a vow I made because I had been told then that I will not live to see. I think at that time it was my 64th birthday. I will not live to see it, and so I, in prayer, said, if you preserve my life and make me see my birthday, I will do a one-man show to honor you.
And I must say, I mean, I don't mostly appreciate arts as other people do, but I was super impressed with it. It was very touching on a very personal level. It was very touching. And, well, now you are 70.
Yes.
Yeah. It looks like the ride went off way too long.
No, there will be something else. I love.
No, not on a motorbike.
No, definitely not on a motorbike.
Yes, yes.
You
You are
can't.
precious to some of us. I mean, we deem motorbike to be a very risky exercise for some of us. So,
No, but Raymond, it will interest you to know that even the way I drive has changed because I realize that my life has come to mean something to so many people.
oh wow.
And so even the way I drive, when I was much younger, I could take a lot of risk,
Okay.
which I won't take now.
Okay.
And I won't take now, not because the desire to take those risks not there, but it's because, if the news broke that something's happened to Uncle Whyte, it will mess the day up for a lot of people.
And that's very true.
And it will destroy the prospects of a lot of people who, by God's grace, depend upon me. So, because of all those stakeholders, there are risks you won't find me take. And that is why, at a traffic light, I stop on amber.
Yeah, very. Which is what most people will not do anyway.
I'm not going to run a
Yeah.
red light because you never know what is going to happen. The speed limit, I observe speed limit. I drive below speed limit. But in the past, no. You know Jehu in the Bible?
Yes.
You know what he was known for? For his driving.
Yeah.
Yes, I was a Ghanaian Jehu.
We are happy for growth.
Yes, I was a Ghanaian Jehu because 2 hours to Kumasi was normal.
Really?
Yes, 1.5 hours to Cape Coast was very normal.
Oh, I see.
I could sleep in Accra, have breakfast in Kumasi, and come back to Accra for lunch.
That sounded
And
like
I would have had done a full day business in Kumasi as well.
many
before
people will believe that's a crazy ride.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Well,
Now you won't get me to do that because, hey, there are too many people who want to wake up on Monday and hear your voice.
people like you tend to live forever through your engagements, through your works. But are you ever contemplating pulling the brakes and saying, well, this year I am retiring from, let's say, active duty? Does it ever cross your mind?
I think
Because when people retire at 60,
I think retirement is an unnatural concept.
really?
Yes. I think it is. And I think it is something society put together because we couldn't come up with solutions to what to do with the new people coming. So you go home and rest. Let your place be taken. But no. all my friends who are running businesses of their own, I've told them, you'll be making a huge mistake to go on retirement. And many of them did not listen to me. And 2 of them have paid the price of having their businesses collapse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. One bank, and then the other in the remittance business.
But at some point in time, you become wary. You are human, right?
Yes.
I mean, you look good. I mean, you look better than most young people. Yeah, they don't want me to mention their names, but that's fine. Yes, you don't look like a man with frailties or pot belly and all the other problems that we have. But at some point in time, entropy will set in.
Yes. And when it does, yes, hopefully by that time there will be people you have raised who would themselves ease you out of the way gently. Do you understand me? If you raise the next leadership and you are working with them, you will find they are taking more and more from you.
That's true.
Before you realize, you have a nice office and they just come to run things by you.
Yes.
Do you understand me? They have, quote unquote, retired you, but you are still around because it keeps you busy. So that, hopefully, if you've lived it right, if you've managed right, if you've led right, you would have that. So, for instance, you wouldn't. It is rare now to find me going from one media house to the other to promote a play.
That's true.
That's been taken over.
That's very much so
by the team. Yeah. At the National Theatre, I could afford not to go to the National Theatre for my show.
Oh, you'll not be fiscally present?
Because I could afford that.
Okay.
Because the team would take over. They know what to do and things like that. So I go there.
So nobody will check the role?
Come again?
Nobody will check the role?
We check which role?
As in, there are some people, some of us, who have to be present because we know that you are checking the role. No. So if you are not checking the
role, this year we've done a number of road shows. So we've gone to Kumasi twice, we've gone to Tamale twice, we've gone to Takoradi twice. I managed only once to Kumasi.
Oh, I see.
The rest, the arrangements for transportation, for accommodation, for feeding was done by the team. The ticketing, I have nothing to do with it. Now, because the team, people are rising up and taking all these. Very soon, someone may take over the directing, and before you realize, somebody is taking over the writing as well. And then I'll just become a glorified, inspiration. Just your presence just makes people, the papa no, old man no. That's him.
Interesting. Anyway, now the understanding that you can retire, that you would sometime be not so active.
Yes.
Does it scare you?
No, I think neither does even death, because I think I've lived a good life. Okay. I've made the best of the little God gave me. God didn't give me much, but the little He gave me, I have simplified my life enough so I can maximize it. And if I go, I'll go happy. My goal now is that my coffin should be very light.
I mean, is this philosophically or this is literal?
Okay, there are lots of people who die with their dreams. They die with things they could have done.
Yes.
They didn't do. So their coffins become heavy. Because all those things are in there, in the coffin.
I knew it was heavy, but I needed the understanding for all of us anyway.
But mine will be light because I would have left it all here. I would have left it all here. And I thank God that I have the platform to do it. I have the partnership of this platform to continue dreaming big. I have the loyalty of patrons. We have about 20,000 or so patrons on our list. And their loyalty keeps us going and keeps us dreaming. So